Hello everybody, this is YDYT and I'd like to welcome every single one of you back to a brand new episode of MinasCraft. This is episode 23. Okay guys, so the plan for today is we're going to finish this perimeter here. So in the past few episodes we have removed all of the water here, and then I just spent about the past 2-3 hours, a bit less than that probably, maybe only an hour, just removing all of the trees in this area, and I think I've basically got them all now. I don't see any more. And we've got about a shulker box worth of oak wood from that, so I'm really pleased with that. So, as you can see, it's looking very, very different to last time with all the trees gone. So we've got our 4 huts, 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one has already been exploded when we were removing the mountain. I believe that we should be fine to run this machine. We're going to need to lower some land like this, maybe down 2 or 3 blocks, as I want to put it at Y80. So I'm going to build up the machine over there, and then I'm going to lower this land while it's running. So let's turn around and let's do one of these cool transitions. Okay guys, we're back, and would you look at that, there's our machine. So, built it up, took about 10-15 minutes, it's going to fly through now. I'm really hoping none of this goes wrong, because it might at some point. We're going to turn this down. But yeah, I don't think it will. There are a few places like that little cliff where I'm going to need to lower it a bit, I think. It's currently built up at like Y80-ish, maybe a bit lower. And like, I think that should be fine. We'll find out, I guess. So yeah, my game's lagging a bit, but it's not too big of a worry as long as this whole machine goes through. One thing that I have to do is I have to follow it around and fix things like this, like where water gets in the way. So obviously we've got all the water drained inside of the perimeter, but this water here, this isn't inside the perimeter, this is just getting blown up outside. So I'm going to let this thing run, and we'll be back when the whole thing is done actually, so I'll see you then. Okay guys, we're back. So it has actually been over a week since the last clip, and that's due to some pretty crazy stuff. But the first thing is we have a perimeter. As you can see, we've got a whole perimeter here. Full, I think it's 20 chunks by 19 chunks, and it is huge, and it is so cool. Like, I just love flying around this thing, like, it's so epic. I've been flying around a lot trying to find, like, little stragglers, like stone blocks, like there might be there, for example, or just blocks that you wouldn't exactly notice, just hidden around, that the TNT did not get. Because mobs can spawn on those, and we don't want mobs spawning down here, we want them spawning in these. So, I've got all 4 huts marked out, and now I'm going to have a little chat about these huts. So basically, I got the whole perimeter done, and then I just put some like temporary platforms in each hut, like these, to check that witches were spawning, and they were only spawning in that one. This one, and this one were getting regular mobs, and I'm like, oh my god, what is going on? Why are we not getting witches? What's happening? This isn't good. But then I basically asked on Logical Geek Boys Discord, and some people there were kind to help me out. And then also Wandering Nerd helped me out, and basically explains to me, as you can see we've got witches in this one, basically explained to me how to bring them back. And so eventually figured out how to bring them back. I might make a tutorial on that, because there are like no tutorials on YouTube for how to do this, and might be useful. So like, they came back, and we got bounding boxes in all of them, except then, in 2 of them, the bounding boxes weren't working, and witches weren't spawning, and I've been pulling my hair out for the whole week about this. We've got them back, we've got 4 huts up, so I've put roofs on all of them, just so that like I can test them during the day without having to wait for it to be night all the time, just to see that there are consistently witches spawning, and there are. And then I've built up 1 farm, just figured I might as well. It's going to be an ilmango design. It's the one he used in his Skyblock world. It's been working pretty good from what I've seen, to be honest. Obviously we've got no collection system, so I can't tell you if the rates are that good, but like every time I'm flying past I'm seeing witches falling, so it seems all good. So there's honestly not much enjoyment in watching me build one of these up, because it's just 3 layers of a pattern and it's really complicated, or not really complicated, but it's kind of irritating to build. So I'm just going to build these up on all 4 huts, and then we'll be back. Okay guys, we're back, and as you can see we've now got 4 witch huts built up. I've moved this centre bit, so this is the centre block of all 4 huts. I figured that's just a way better way to do this than to have it in the centre of all 4, because that had been a bit the centre of the perimeter, because that had been a bit further over that way, and it wasn't looking the best. So yeah, we've got all 4 huts up and running, so hopefully we'll get a nice demonstration. If we fly past, probably not, because that's just the way luck goes. But yeah, they're all working. You can trust me on that one. So yeah, we need to now make a collection system, and I want to have glass going down around all of these. So I'm going to spend a few hours smelting stuff up. As you can see there, we've got some witches, lots of witches. So I'm going to spend a few hours like smelting lots of stuff up. We're actually out of render distance for entities on this one, but if we fly down here, you'll see there should be lots of witch drops. Yeah. And I think we're also out of render distance on this one, but mobs can spawn in them, so it doesn't really matter too much. Yeah. So I want to build some like glass boxes down, and then hoppers, and we'll be back in just a second when I've done that. Okay guys, we're back. So I've got like a little room sketched up here for how we're going to do this, and we're going to have a chest here, which is going to be loaded by shulker boxes, and we're going to have lights behind it to see how many. Okay, I've just been back to my base, so clearly those guys have just spawned in. Yeah, just rose. So we're going to have a chest here, and then like 3 lights, maybe 4, to say how many double chests behind are full. And in this chest we're going to have shulker boxes. So I think 3 redstone like this, then 3 gunpowder, then maybe 2 glowstone, bottles, sticks, spider eyes, sugar, something like that. And then we can have a portal going the whole way around here. And I've got some very special plans for this portal, something I've never done before. And I'm thinking a red theme with oak logs and spruce slabs, basically, is my plan. Not going for a ruined kind of look. But designing the room is not the main priority right now. The main priority is to get our items. So as you can see here, we've got a bubble column. And if we have a look here, we've got like water streams from each of the farms, and right now we don't have a full dispenser clock going, and all the items are basically just going into the hoppers, and as you can see they're coming down pretty quickly, so it's pretty awesome. We're going to be using a double speed shulker box sorting system, specifically Palapala's design. I really love his content. He does so many crazy things, basically, with storage. He hasn't uploaded in ages, and I really hope he will again, but yeah. So I'm going to build up sorters for all of this, and then we'll be back. Okay guys, we're back. We've done so much, actually. I've been grinding for hours now, and I'm really pleased with what we've got. So the room is not going to look like this, trust me. I've got some really cool design plans, and I've talked to some of my friends who know way more about building than I do. And I'm thinking this room's going to look so nice when I've got it all done. But I'm going to explain what we've got now. So we've got sort of bulk systems. They're not really bulk, I'll show you behind one in a second. But basically when this chest, or when this barrel fills up, the lights will come on, is basically it. Or sorry, when this barrel fills up and then the double chest, which is back there, is full as well, this light will come on. Use tons of redstone blocks, but it doesn't matter, this is a witch farm. So we've got 3 silos for redstone dust. We'll probably never fill that, but like it's good to have the silos. We've then got 2 for gunpowder. We've got 1 box of redstone so far. We've got 3 for gunpowder. We've got 1 for sticks, in which we've also got a stick box. We've got 1 for glowstone, 2 for glowstone, 1 for sugar, 1 for bottles, and 1 for spider eyes. The reasons for this is 3 for redstone, because it's the only way to farm redstone, I need lots of it. And then 3 for gunpowder, because I use a lot of gunpowder. I know I've got a creeper farm, but this is more efficient, so it's fine. 1 for sticks, because I really don't need that many sticks and not planning on making a furnace system with them, so I don't need them. 2 for glowstone, because it's nice to have a way to farm glowstone in case I ever need a lot of it. Just can come over here and grab it. one for sugar because I've got a really efficient sugarcane farm, just don't need it, one for glass bottles because I really don't need it, and one for spider eyes because, again, I don't really need it, and I do have a spider farm as well. So then back here, I'm just going to show you behind. So I've got a super simple bulk storage system. On my channel, if you search full chest detector, something like that, I've got a tutorial for how to make this so that this light will come on when the double chest is full. It's super simple. And then back here I've got Palapala's double speed shulker storage system. So I've put almost all my boxes in here. I've just got this box here to remind me that this is the row I need. So as you can see, we've used 2 boxes and we've got a ton more already in here. It's a super cool system, really nice and fancy, and I'm pleased with it. So that is all of this. I found that this one will not spawn anything if I'm past about here, so I have to AFK on this side because it's too far away. As you can see, it's much further than the other one, and then these two are on the same distance like that, so yeah, it's fine. But I'm now going to AFK overnight because I want to get this whole project finished before uploading it. So it's already late, I know, extremely late, but I'd rather have the whole thing done rather than spending 2 episodes on it where one of them's late. I'd rather have this episode be a day later than it would be and have the whole thing done rather than having a bad episode. As you can probably tell, we're in 1.14 now, which is really cool. And I've also got to let you all know that in this world now, for the next 3 episodes, I believe, they will be backlogged. I'm going on holiday and I just not really going to be recording while on holiday, so backlogging they are. And I know we're in 1.14 and with scaffolding, but I still like using slime blocks for it, and it's just nicer in my opinion, or it's not nicer than scaffolding, but it's nicer than me going out to grind scaffolding when I know I have tons of these and they're just easy to one-shot, and I don't really need to worry about picking them up either. But yeah, I'm gonna AFK, and then we'll be back and we're gonna build the whole thing. We're gonna build this room to look really sick. Then the episode after, we're gonna be doing something that I know is a thing, but I don't think I've ever seen anyone do in the way I'm going to do, to make nether portals look a little cooler. And then the episode after that, we're going to be doing a small project using our project randomizer. And the episode after that is also going to be a small project. So I'm going to be back in the morning. I'm probably going to do a little work on this room overnight, but you won't see too much change. So I'll catch you guys in just a moment. Hey guys, we are back and we've got this whole thing done. I've also decided to build up the room because I made some mistakes with the design and it was messy. So I'm going to explain everything we've got here basically. So up here we've got, this is a whole system for sorting all of the boxes and, or sorting all of the items rather, not boxes. And all of the items will come up the item elevator here and then go along, as you can see, and then they each go into a hopper. I've got some lava here just in case something goes wrong, and we've just got two times speed sorters and everything, and yeah, everything works great. The reason there's some ice here and not in any of the others is the items need to go slowly past all the hoppers, or else they're going to basically go fast and not get picked up quickly enough. And then there's ice here, just because occasionally something gets stuck on the very edge of this block and not make it into the lava, so the ice is just to speed it up to make sure it gets in. And then we've got bubbles everywhere. So if I make my way down here, so there are a line of hoppers underneath these droppers. I can't really get to them, but they're there. There's 7 of them, 1 for each item type. And each of those is where the boxes will end up, as you can see. They're like here. I can't get them. And then this is basically the mess required to separate 7 hoppers that are all right next to each other. So each one eventually makes its way into a dropper where we've got a clock. Here's an example of a clock. They're all over. Here's another one. Ooh, don't really want to deal with those guys. We'll head in just a second. And then basically the items get dispensed into a water stream and come along the water stream, up an item elevator and into the appropriate row, and then we've got our box storage in place. So it's pretty simple and it works really nicely. And I've got glass absolutely everywhere that I can to prevent mob spawning because we don't want that. It's a perimeter, so if there's a single block here that a mob can spawn on, it will. And then we've got droppers wherever we can. Oh, hello. Wait, died to thorns. Wherever we can to make, on top of hoppers, to make them less laggy. And there's a spawnable space, so like spots like that I need to find and block up. So we've got a bunch of those actually. And then we'll head inside. So I've got a little platform where I can get in and out here. And if we just press this button, we'll see this block will retract. This is using my triple piston extender design. It's tutorials up there. And this will just bring me right up into the room. So this is what the room is currently looking like. I've got the portals not lit because I was AFKing. And, ooh, lovely sound. And basically when the portals are lit, because we're in a perimeter, these are like the only spawnable blocks. So basically this room gets flooded by pigmen, and it's pretty awful actually. But we'll light them eventually. And then I've actually AFK'd for a good bit longer than I said I would. So this is how many redstone dust we have. We've been here for about 36 hours, maybe a bit more. Gunpowder, almost a chest of sticks. Like, it's absolutely mad. Sticks are going to always be the highest. Okay, I need to find out why that's there. That definitely should not have been there. Yeah, okay, I'll need to definitely find out why there's a spider right there. But sticks are always going to be the highest because they have twice as much chance to drop as all the rest. But yeah, and then we've got this little thing here. And stand here, and this will come down. And then we've got the button to come back up. And I'll just quickly fly past the redstone for you if I can. Fell. Let me try that again. And again, we've got glass where we can to prevent spawning. Okay, this will work. So basically the way that this works is this part's the actual triple piston. It's it's just here like this, and then it's one wide, and then this is the activation method. We're using ender pearls to trigger it twice. Then we've just got a pulse extender powering it on this side, hooked up to the button, and a pulse extender here, which is slightly longer on this side, hooked up to the pressure plate, which is there. This one's longer because it's further away, so it means I'm less likely to get caught out. So that is this whole project. Yeah, it's pretty mad actually. I'm really, really chuffed about it. I'm very pleased to have got it done. I did basically the whole thing in a week, and yeah, that's that. So I'm gonna round this one out here. It's a bit of a short one, but the amount of stuff we've actually done is more than I think we've done in any other episode. Maybe the Iron Titan one. Probably not though, because this involved a perimeter as well. This looks completely different to how it did this time a few days ago. So yeah, we're going to round this one out here. So if you have enjoyed them, please do remember to drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll be sure to catch you next one. Peace.